Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about 2 years of additional back pay that you could potentially be receiving, or maybe somebody you know, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, son, daughter, what have you. Through the PACT Act, there was the ability to get an extra up to about a year worth of back pay if you filed either A, your claim, or B, an intent to file by a specific date. That was August 14th. Now, what had happened was so many people filed intent to files in August that it actually screwed up the VA system. And what happened? They had to extend the date out a little bit to get these intent to files in. What does that mean? There's a lot of intent to files that were put into the VA system from July to August of 2023. That means you are coming up on your expiration date. You are coming up on your expiration date now because we are in 2024 and you need to file your claim before your intent to file expires. Your intent to file is good for 365 days. I am going to give you a couple tips here on what you can do to preserve not only that intent to file, which gives you the back pay for that 1 year, but will also back pay you that additional year of which the PACT Act was allowing, which would be back to August 10th of 2022. So if you filed an intent to file prior to August 14th, 2023, and you file your claim by that expiration date, which would be the latest, would be August 14th of 2024, then you would actually be eligible potentially for back pay all the way to August 10th, 2022. That's a lot of back pay, and you don't want to lose it. I'm going to give you a couple tips, workarounds to make sure you preserve that effective date. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel in other ways, please do so by supporting it by becoming a member. You can do that by going to the homepage. You'll see the highlighted members and a join button. Thank you to all you members. I do my best to get back to your comments as I see them. Now, with that, let's jump into it. I really appreciate all of you watching. Now, the news announcement or news release that the VA has put out a month ago on this, I'll read through that. But before I read through it, I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it, then we'll give you the VA's verbiage. If you have an open and viable intent to file in place, and now it doesn't really matter if it was for PACT Act or not, just the fact that you have an intent to file. Ideally, you filed it within the time frames for the PACT Act, and you've preserved that additional 1 year worth of back pay. That would be the ideal situation, because now you got 2 years of back pay if you have not filed your claim yet. But regardless, if you have an intent to file that is getting ready to expire, your 365 days is coming and going, and you do not have all the information you need to file your claim, you're missing evidence, whatever it is, you should do this. I'm going to tell you now, this is my suggestion to ensure you preserve your effective date. File a claim for every single condition that you would possibly file a claim for, regardless of what evidence you have. I know it sounds dumb because you have no evidence and they're going to turn you down. But that denial is just going to be part of your process, okay? You file a claim for 7 conditions that you know you want to file for, but you're missing evidence on, we'll say 5 of them, okay? You supplied it for the other 2. Now you have 2 conditions that are probably going to get rated, and that'll be fine, and you got your service connection. Those other 5, they're going to deny you most likely, and what do you do then? You file a supplemental claim with additional evidence. This is going to allow the VA now time to process your claim and deny you. Let's say that takes 8 months, right? Then that gives you that same 8 months to continue to gather evidence. Then they're going to deny you. Now with that denial, you now have another year to continue to gather evidence if you so need to. Then you would file your supplemental claim when you have the ability to do so. within that 1 year from the denial in order to continue to preserve your effective date. Because that is the key. You're trying to preserve this effective date that would pay you out months and months and months and months and months worth of back pay. Years, in fact, a couple years. So in that scenario, it could be 3 years, 3.5 years worth of back pay. If your award is $1,000 higher, $2,000 higher than what you're currently sitting at, that could be very substantial. You don't want to lose that back pay. Very important. So file claim regardless of if you have any evidence to support it or not. Let the VA deny you, then come back with a supplemental claim with additional evidence to support your claim. That will preserve that effective date for you. That is the most important piece that I can share with you in this video. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you what the VA has to say about this effective date and the additional back pay, and they're telling you to file your claim if you have an intent to file in place. So it says, the headline here, finish your benefits claim within 1 year to be eligible for the most backdated benefits. Okay. Last year, more veterans submitted their intent to files for benefits claims than ever before. These intent to files are disability compensation claims that veterans started but didn't finish. And they are an important tool because they help veterans preserve their earliest possible effective date for their benefits claim, which makes them potentially eligible for backdated benefits. If you submitted an intent to file last year, you must act fast. You only have 365 days from when you submitted your intent to file to complete it. Here's everything you need to know about intent to files and submitting your full claim. How long do I have to finish my intent to file? You must finish your intent to file and submit your completed claim within 365 days of submitting to preserve the earliest possible effective date for your benefits. What does this mean under the PACT Act? This is the important part. If we grant your benefits under the PACT Act and you submitted your intent to file on or before August 14th, 2023, you may be eligible for retroactive benefits dating back to August 10th, 2022. Look, we're almost in August of 2024. That's already 2 years worth of back pay. If it takes the VA a year, just to use easy numbers, to figure out your claim, now you're at 3 years of back pay. That's 36 months. 36 months at, let's say if you bumped up $2,000, which is substantial, per month, what is that? That is $72,000 in back pay that you would receive tax-free from the VA. That's a big number. So, the August 10th, 2022 effective date is the date the PACT Act was signed into law. The VA allowed 1 year from that time to file an intent to file. However, their system got botched up and they had to extend that date out to the 14th of August to allow more intent to files to come into the system. So that's why the dates don't marry up correctly. So August 14th, 2023, if you filed an intent to file, in this case, if you filed an intent to file here in the middle of July through August 14th last year, you need to act on it before it expires. Super important. What does this mean for non-PACT Act claims? If we grant your benefits, we'll provide benefits that likely will date back to at least the date when you began your intent to file. We call this retroactive benefits or backdated benefits, and this could be thousands of dollars as I just illustrated. How do I check the status of my intent to file? You might not remember when you filed it, right? Or if it's still in existence or what have you. The quickest and easiest way to check the status of your PACT Act claim is to sign into your VA.gov account with your existing Login.gov or ID.me or your DS Logon or through My HealtheVet, your My HealtheVet account. If you don't have one of these types of accounts, you can create a free Login.gov or ID.me account. Once you're signed into the account, simply follow the 3 steps that I'm going to mention here. So there's 3 bullet points. You'll go to My VA dashboard, and I'll put this in the description. My VA dashboard, and you will find links for this dashboard in the top right-hand corner of the page once you're signed in. Then you're going to scroll down to the Track Claims section. There, you will see a summary of the latest status information for any open claims or appeals that you may have, to include open ITFs, that's intent to file. Click on the View Status button for a specific claim. You'll go to the page with more details about the claim status and supporting evidence. Evidence may include documents like doctor's reports, medical test results. Is it too late to file a claim if I haven't already? It's never too late to file a claim or an intent to file, and I personally always suggest, no matter where you're at in that process, if you think, maybe I might file something, I'm not sure if I haven't, file an intent to file right away. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't do anything negatively. And if you end up not filing, it just goes away. You have a year to think about it and figure it out. Put in that intent to file to preserve an effective date. That is the most important thing. So you can file one by logging into or creating your va.gov account and submitting one online. You can also submit to a VA regional office near you, or work with a trained professional like a VA accredited representative or VSO to get help filing a claim for disability compensation. Other options include calling the 800 number. It's 800-827-1000. 800-827-1000. You can call that number and tell them, hi, I'm veteran so-and-so. I'd like to file an intent to file. You can also send one utilizing fax, which is also another option. So with that, my suggestion is always inspect what you expect. If you file an intent to file, call the VA in 5 days or so and make sure that they got it and it's in place, or go online and check the status of it and make sure that it's showing up. Will I be charged for submitting a claim or intent to file? No. VA will never charge you for assisting filing or for benefits. They are your benefits and you earn them. To protect yourself from predatory claims agents, you have the right to verify anyone's credentials before filing a claim or providing personal information. If I miss the 1-year deadline, what happens? You can still finish your claim at any time, and we encourage you to do so. The only thing is that may change. The only thing that may change is the effective date of your benefits, right? So that's why my suggestion is always, if you have an intent to file in place, even if you don't have all of your evidence together, gather what you got and file it with what you have. Let the VA either approve it or deny it. If they deny it, then you gather more evidence and you file a supplemental claim and have them take a look at it again. With that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.